In this lesson, we're going to talk about the filters. And the first thing we're going to do to make this work is we're going to flatten all this to one layer. But I want to show you guys a different way to do this so that you don't have to actually get rid of your layer stack. For most effects, things like blurs, mosaic filters, really any filter you want to add, they don't really work that well if you're just trying to pick, one of these layers and make it work. So there's an option that Clip has. You can right click and you see where it says, sorry, this is cutting off a little bit on my screen here. But down here at the bottom, it says Merge Visible to New Layer. What this does, if you click on it, it will take whatever you see in your layer stack and put it on one layer. I think it'll pop up right above whatever layer you're on. Merge Visible to New Layer. Yeah, and it appeared down here. So now, if I isolate this layer by clicking Alt or Option in the eyeball, it still looks the same because all of the contents of the layers below it are on this layer by itself. If you're going to do some kind of filtering effect, a lot of times I've found it's best to just start on one layer like this. We can go to filters, and I'll run through these real quick. Most of these are pretty obvious. Blur, blurs. It doesn't blur very much by default, I've found. So I don't really use that option very much. Same thing with blur strong. I mean, yes, it's blurry. I wouldn't call this a strong blur. So I'm going to undo that and go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Now this one, you'll notice it has a little 3 ellipses. I think that's called ellipsis. Anytime you see that, at least in Windows, it means there's another box coming. So if I click this, we've got this little box here, and we can adjust the strength of this effect. Now this actually blurs, okay, like what I would expect a blur to look like. And it goes across the screen. Your computer, it might be a little slow depending on how your computer is. I've got a pretty fast computer, and mine still takes a second for this to show up. But this can be useful, if you want to create some kind of, out of focus effect or something. That would be one way to do it. And you can control where this affects the image with a mask. So like, let's say that for whatever reason, I wanted the cat to be blurry, and I wanted this guy to not be blurry. Let me crank this up even more to make it really clear that the cat is blurry, and click OK. And it'll take a second to load. This is actually hurting my eyes. So I'm going to put a mask on this by clicking the little Create Layer Mask button. And choose Transparency by clicking the letter C or clicking this button here. Now I can paint this effect out. If you want to create like a soft focus effect, let's delete this. And I'm going to remake that Merge Visible to New Layer. And I'm going to duplicate that layer. So I'm just going to hold down Control or Command, hit the letter J. I'm going to blur this layer, same way. Press OK. Then you can just lower the opacity of that layer. You get sort of that, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of Glamour shots. If any of you guys are old enough to remember those. There's a couple of different kinds of blurs here. There's also a motion blur and a radial blur. So motion blur, let's say that I want this cat to look like he is moving quickly. So I'm going to select the cat, blur, motion blur, and this includes an angle, okay? So at 0, it's actually going side to side. If I turn this up, it's actually changing the angle that this blur appears. And you can adjust how much of this appears also. And there's also options for it to just go both ways or one way. And we can lower the strength of this. There's also a difference in box and smooth. Don't really know what those differences are, but it does look different. Okay, and now we've got a motion blurred kitty cat. Not a bad looking effect if I put it at a low opacity. Almost like he's glitching or something. Maybe I'll leave it. So this next one is interesting. It's called a radial blur. So you go to blur, filter, or filter, blur, radial blur. And I'm going to center this on his face so you guys can see this effect. And this is a very PC intensive effect. So you might want to cancel this if you have a slow computer. This is a pretty big file. So my computer's pretty fast and it is taking its time as well. I'm going to go ahead and click OK and let this render out. I'm going to time lapse this section. It's taking so long. Alright, so we finally got our effect done. Now, again, this is a pretty dramatic effect, so you might want to lower the intensity of it. I've also used this before by putting a mask on the layer and then switching to transparency and painting it out of the center. So it creates an interesting effect, kind of like a zooming effect. The rest of these filters I'm going to recommend you guys play around with. There's a lot of distortion filters that, again, I just never really use. Not something I would consider when coloring. There's also an artistic filter, which can be interesting. But again, plenty of stuff to play around with here. I recommend playing around with it, which is what I would have to do. And also, there is one that I use pretty regularly called a mosaic filter. So if you want to hide some part of the image or tease something without showing the entire thing, this is basically the same as, it's kind of like you're censoring the image. Let's move on to the next one.